What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Michael, the part-time gamer full-time dad, and I wanted to make a video about the upcoming Brewmaster changes in 7.2.5. A quick note on that, as of making this video, these changes are not on live servers and are potentially subject to change. So it looks like the Brewmaster Monk class will be getting just enough changes to impact the playstyle, but not enough to completely overhaul the feel of it. So let's check them out. Firstly, Blackout Strikes and Breath of Fire will now add a stack of Mastery Elusive Brawler. Certainly seems like with this change, Blizzard are trying to make all parts of the rotation just feel a bit more meaningful and more focused on mitigation by giving these two abilities a defensive element, as opposed to just simply damage output. A side note on that, Breath of Fire cooldown is also being reduced from 20 seconds to 15 seconds, but Blackout combo, if taken, now only removes 3 seconds off the cooldown instead of 6. Brewmaster Monks now also have a new passive called Brewmaster's Balance, which simply gives you 25% more armor, flat. This has seemingly been put into place to cover nerfs to all 3 of the brews and help monks feel a little more leeway in their rotation, so that if their Iron Skin brew isn't up, it's not going to be insta-gib. Don't worry though, if you're taking a drink every time your monk does, you'll still feel it for sure. Oh man, that'd be a rough raid. Anyways, Iron Skin Brew is being dropped from an extra 40% stagger down to 35%. Purifying Brew will now also only clear 40% of your stagger damage as opposed to the 50% that it was formerly. And finally, the big old Fortifying Brew is being cut in half from additional 20% stagger down to 10% stagger. The damage reduction and HP increase on this ability, however, are unchanged as of now. Blizzard said themselves that this was in order to address Brewmaster Monks essentially cheesing certain mechanics by stacking huge stagger amounts and instantly clearing them. They say you won't notice these changes in normal play. Well, we'll see. I personally never did things like this, mainly because I don't raid as a Brewmaster, but even if I did, it feels a tiny bit like abusing a broken system. I wouldn't say it's punishable by any means, but morally I would personally just be a little off-put. Anyways, let's touch on the few talent updates. Blackout combo, like I mentioned, now reduces Breath of Fire by only 3 seconds instead of 6. Elusive Dance has had its Purifying Brew amount increased from 15% to 20%, and Special Delivery is now a 100% proc chance, but for roughly 1/3 of the damage, so it'll hit more often, just not as hard. I could see this making both Elusive Dance and Purifying Brew a bit more appealing in certain situations. I'd say primarily AoE. There's also several little changes to the artifact weapon, but there's too many to list. I'll leave a link down below if you want to go and actually read all of those upcoming changes. I also encourage you, if you have the disk space and the time, to download and hop on the PTR. It can be a good way to ensure you know what's coming down the pipeline and to practice it a little bit. And with that, we've come to the end of the 7.25 Brewmaster Monk update video. If this was at all helpful, hit the like button, maybe leave a comment if you're feeling frisky, get subscribed for more videos in the future, and hit me up on Twitter at PTGamer_FTDad. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.